certainly really, he hits on things very, in a way, I mean, as a school teacher, it hits me. I mean, it also, with my conversion I shared out with the other day, it resonates with me, right? It burns my heart. So what do you think, what happened here? What? Five husbands, okay. Okay, yes, that's one of the key things that I'm glad you brought that up. You remember, pay attention to that. So what's significant about that? Five husbands, the Samaritan woman at the wells. Okay, so there was three things that Father Finn hit on, right? Money, power, and the third thing was exactly, it's like yearning for love in the wrong places. Kind of, think about accumulate, maybe more, have relationships, maybe really that married five times, wasn't satisfied, living with another one, the sixth, and then encounter with Jesus. But this is significant, right? What's the message here? So you got to think about it's the takeaway message. Well, you don't rush to marriage, okay? All right, okay. So that's yeah, it's interesting. Yes, you're thinking that. That's good. Keep yourself, in a state, single life. You have a purpose, and you go to a married life, or get more preparation. But I'm just saying to you is, it's the desire, right? Because God made us for greater than the things of this world, right? Nothing's going to satisfy, right? That woman, she didn't understand. And said, I can give you this, fulfill your thirst, right? For eternity, for life. But that would spring up. But I don't think she understood. Okay, and so the same thing today. Bless you. So the thing about is, a lot of times that's what we're yearning. A lot of people are yearning for what? Money, thinking about that's deep inside our hearts, right? Yearning for the things of this world, money, and then power. You can see that happening throughout the world. People wanting to go into higher offices and making, you have influence, right? And the third thing is the kind of love is, I would say, disorderly, right? Looking for things and, people to satisfy lust, right? Pornography. Okay, the things of this world that's causing, and it's thinking that it's going to be fulfilling this happiness. Like I said, the Bible is talking about that, right? It's really, they're actually looking for Jesus to be that person who's going to satisfy, right? Actually, he's the bridegroom of the church. And actually, that he would be the seventh. And you know what seventh means in the Bible, right? Perfect. Okay? I mean, you could be, for example, Saint Mary Magdalene, she was perfectly possessed, okay? 7 demons. And so this in the Bible, 7 means something significant. So encounter with Jesus, he would be the 7th person, right? To be that perfect, to fulfill her desire, right? And it's not only her, but all of us, right? Not the things of this world. So that's the kind of stuff you got to hit on. And the first reading talks about the people going to the desert, right? Escape from that slavery, free exodus. Talk about that, right? And they said, no, we're going to be led to this desert. We're going to die of thirst. Our livestock, everything. All right? So it was challenging, asking God to do something. And Moses was going to be stoned. All right? It was that scary. Just I escaped from Vietnam and was on a boat. I mean, we ran out of food and water a bit. So I understand. It was very difficult, right? It was, so that's what happened is Jesus gave that miracle, told Moses to strike on the rock, and that gave water. So it's connecting that Exodus, the first reading, to what Jesus did in that encounter. So just the main thing is this, to be able to understand the significance, like today's the world, as you can see, some people, I don't encourage that, but I think it's in a way it's coming out, the Epstein files, they see the wickedness, the dark world, where people are getting pulled in, and it's human trafficking, right? Happening all the times, and it's happening to young people too. And that's what I'm passionate about, understanding this dark world and understanding that focus on Jesus being that light to deliver us from slavery from sexual sins, slavery from pornography, from the things of this world. Because I think Father Finn said, right, there was one, I think the name of the saint, he led that life. It's just like many of you, right? Very young and able to do that life. And I had that devotion too, right? And then slipped away, drifted away. He just didn't, just like people going to college, don't know, go to church anymore. And that's drifted to that light. And so when you're doing that, you're easily being pulled into this dark world. And that's what they say, that he had that thing. And his conversion was, he's looking at the well, right? He was almost like, I'm going to terminate my life because there's nothing to it. And then the grace of God came through him, and he pivoted around, and he became a missionary. I think went to the place in Africa, and he wrote a letter back. He said, I have nothing here, no material things, but I'm so satisfied because I have Jesus in his heart. So that's the thing, is Jesus will satisfy you. And St. Augustine will tell you the same thing. Okay? Transform from the things of this world into pivot to God. He's the light, the source and summit of our faith, and the light of the world. So we pivot to him, and we will have nothing to worry about, and we'll be completely satisfied. That, like that woman, I'm going to give you that life that's going to satisfy to eternity.